everyone. Scrappy Kathy here with a threefer. First and foremost, I'm doing my Mixed Media Frenzy, which was due yesterday, but we kind of had a few life events that interrupted, and so it's got me filming it today on Saturday, and I'll have it go live as soon as I'm done. Secondly, I had chosen to use my Mini Kit Monday page kit for this line of bingo that requires circles, diagonal stripe paper, washi tape, blue, and corner rounder. So I'll be using all of those elements. And thirdly, For the Love of Pretty Paper has a series of challenges, and their most recent one is based on this color scheme that is one of the palettes in which you can use that's based on the Pantone color of the year, which is classic blue. So I apologize. This is my printer that desperately needs to be taken in for service, but you can kind of get an idea. There's this nice pumpkin-y orange and this cream color that I'm kind of used. They've kind of pulled something here that's where they've got a bit of a gold marbling, and my paper that I had chosen for that kit was this, because it required blue, the blue was going to be represented by this Bo Bunny paper that has lots of elements in it that are very similar to this. So I thought that would be a perfect palette to represent. I've got teal represented in this title, which is actually it's the branding strip name of this paper by Heidi Swapp. I pulled it from right there, and rounded the corners for my corner rounding requirement. And then I'm going to replace these two photos in the sketch with some circles that I've cut out of that Heidi Swapp paper. There's a navy blue color that's in this photo, and there's, let's see, I've got some elements of orange that I'll be introducing, and I have cut some feathers out of the background paper to kind of add that back in. I've got washi tape on the sheet. I've used my stamp that I used previously, and some, I guess on my last Mixed Media Frenzy, I've used some walnut stain ink so that it wouldn't show up too brightly on this textured craft paper. I used torn strips of washi that I've gotten on various kits. Kind of, they're used to close the let me kind of blend this in. I had kind of started that, but those used to close up the embellishment packages. I've stamped using a variety of stamps, and using, let's see, here they are. And I can't tell you brands or collections or anything about those stamps because I've long ago pulled them off and put everything that's similar to this that I might use in mixed media. I've used aged mahogany on some of those. I've used this Distress Oxide Blueprint sketch and found that it's a little bit bright for the blue I'm trying to achieve, so I've wet my fingers and kind of blended it with the browns. This is the walnut stain. So those are the ink colors I've used. And I've got basically my horizontal strip that goes across here and my vertical strip kind of on the background paper, ready to mount my photo after I've done some ink splotches and so forth. I'm probably going to do this like that so that I can see that washi tape. And I actually want to do these. I'll put the feathers under, I'll tuck those. These were cut from that same background paper I gutted piece of it out of the back here to get these two feathers. I cut those feather dies. This one's kind of an ostrich feather, and this was in a die set. I think they're by Impression Obsession. And I used my circle punch, a 2 1/4 inch circle punch, to cut 4 circles from the Heidi Swapp paper. And I've got this, this has a variety of colors. This one kind of has I originally chose it because it reflects this kind of orangey peachy color that the filter did for the trees and the faces and the t-shirts here. And what I thought I might do, I have a marker that's kind of a peachy orange. I thought I might kind of do some reinforcing to get it a little bit closer to the orange in the color palette, make it a little bit more reflective. I'm going to do some stamping over this one, so that will show through, but it won't show. I've got this, which is clearly pink, and it does kind of go, it matches. In fact, it's the same pink as this pink here. I thought I might, not sure what I'm going to do here. I have this strip of, it's a clear sticker that actually is orange. I thought I might cut it into a banner. And when I cut that peacock feather, there was a heart that, let me see if I can show you. There's a heart cut out here, and I saved the heart, and I thought I might use it on here to kind of, otherwise this is just a kind of a pink circle that doesn't necessarily match everything else that's going on. Okay, so hopefully this will go quickly now that I've got, well, no. Excuse me, I need to do some splatters. And let me pull, I really like that these splatters are down here close to where this camera circle is likely to go. And kind of up here. So that's where I'm going to concentrate them, and I'm going to try to make them as big as I possibly can. This is an unopened where actually, let me get this color. It is it's called After Midnight. It's a Dilutions. Let me go really, if I don't get the look I want, I kind of do this. I slam it down until I get what I want. Something that looks like a big splatter. I all together until there's maybe a little bit of, and they look somewhat like natural splatters. I'll do something up here as well. It's kind of in the same line as that one, and I'm going to actually add something here. This may be just to the left of the photo. And now I'll do some true splattering. That's kind of splatting, and then we do splattering. So, note to self, I need to open my packages before I intend to use them on camera, because that's really not the most interesting video watching is to see me open bottles of ink. Okay, let me get the photo on there. I may be sorry I didn't let this dry, but I think I can get the general effect I'm going for here. I want to stamp on top of this circle with my trusty stamp here, and I'm actually going to use the aged mahogany to do that. And I'm going to use an area over here that has some script and some texty looking stuff, some newsprint look stuff. Let me get this down here. Okay, there. In that case, I probably could have put it facing. Yeah, okay, there is what it looks like now. Okay, and because I did it with the mahogany, I'm actually going to distress or ink all the edges of all the circles. And again, as to be honest, I filmed the work I did on the background earlier, and it got I got interrupted, and rather than start over, I had gone through a rather lengthy process of selection and reasoning behind things. So I kind of summarized that for you and didn't really take up that much of your time. So I'm okay with the fact that I had to restart. But when I filmed it, I had explained that there's going to be a lot of this aged mahogany around here. I just didn't want it to take a primary role, because though it's very compatible with these colors, it's not really on that palette. Okay, so I'm going to kind of cut this, and there's kind of stick it right there, and I'm going to layer the feathers over these circles. Let me put this one right there. I'm actually going to cut this one and layer it kind of tucked up under those. Well, actually, I need the bottom half of it. Let's go like that. Okay. Got that done. I'm going to do the feathers kind of like this, and I'll worry about don't really want to cover up that little heart. Okay, I'll let that go like that. Now I'm going to put this down here. I need to ink the edges, and I thought I used a film strip on the last one, so I kind of hated to use that device again. But I think a film strip beside the camera might be nice. Kind of have it over this way, and it's up on, and I'm going to break the line down here with the, in the background, where the background goes up to the frame. Let's see, let me do my, I'll put some glue in the middle of the film strip and kind of layer it there so that the edges, so that it'll be fully adhered, but the edges can kind of curl. So I like that. And I'm going to use this tab up here, Mixed Company, as the title for this. I don't like big titles or a lot of visible journaling necessarily on mixed media layouts. So let's do a check here with the bingo requirements. Circles, I've certainly got circles. Diagonal stripe paper is what I matted this photo. Washi tape, I've got strips of washi tape, torn, what do you call that, ripped strips. And the color blue is in here. I've got it in inks and then in the background, and a corner rounder, which I used when I cut the title out of the branding strip on that Heidi Swap paper. So my bingo card is full. I've got bingo. And let's do a check on the color palette. I think just in general, looking at this color palette from the cream down to the navy, I think I've got that represented. Those big splats are navy. And I've got the teal here. I've got the basic, I think the classic blue is represented in the background frame and also in that ink. I've got the cream color kinda in the photo. So I'm gonna call this done, and I thank you very much for watching as I kinda get a little bit crazy, and when I film mixed media stuff, I usually haven't made as many of the decisions or done as much pre-work as I do in other layouts. So the videos can get a little bit long. So thank you for sticking with me. Appreciate it very much. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.